Hello, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? It's JJ. I'm back for your December forecast. Even though, okay, so last November, the reading energy was going from mid-November all the way until the beginning, like the first week of December, in my opinion. So with this reading, I hope to continue the trends of the energies, but I will be using a different spread. I'm going to be using the Celtic cross spread, and that's because that's how I started with Capricorn for this month of December. And I figure why not? We'll experiment as well with this spread for you guys and see how you like it. It's a bit more of a focused spread because each card pertains to a certain position, and we can therefore yield a lot more insight. So I'm going to start shuffling. I won't be drawing cards randomly at all. I'm just going to basically stop shuffling when I feel like I've reached your cards. There's a particular flow that comes with that to me. I've already thought about your signs. I've taken a look at some of your planetary aspects, and it doesn't seem like there's so much going on in terms of planetary aspects for you. Your ancient ruler is Mars, and your more recent ruler in astrological terms is Pluto. So I don't see much happening with Pluto, but Mars seems to have a few sextiles and one trine going on. So Mars is trine Jupiter today, I believe, and that's a rather fortunate combination in terms of bringing fortune and luck to you and to all of us, I hope. But mostly for Scorpio, since Mars is one of your rulers. And a couple of days later, Mars will be sextile Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of structure and limitations. And although that sounds not so nice, it's a fortunate thing because it means that you continue to purge and release situations that aren't working. And we already discussed this in November. That was something that was heavily on your minds. People were starting to get on your nerves, but fortunately you were starting to realize what and who was not working out for you anymore, and at least on a mental level. And this month, hopefully, you guys will be implementing those things. It's very action oriented. Oh, too many cards slipped. My bad, you guys, but I will continue to shuffle. So, action-oriented because Mars is figuring highly in the planetary aspects, at least for this first week. This first week of December. Sorry about that, Scorpio. Let me take this brief moment here to say thank you guys so much for all your support, everything that all the support that you gave me on the mid-November readings. I think I got around to giving my thanks to everyone. Hopefully, if I missed your comment, I'm really sorry. I will get to it. So, Mars sextile Saturn, December 3rd. A lot of focus on restructuring aspects of your lives, restructuring certain paths for you, a lot of emphasis on new beginnings when we discuss Saturn, purging the old and coming into the new, basically. And Mars will also be sextile Uranus, and that's very frivolous energy. It's really surprising energy. Whenever there's a sextile with Uranus, I feel anything goes, basically. Anything can come. And we are entering December. It's a very celebratory period. You guys are going to be getting together with friends and family. So a lot of lighthearted times ahead. I feel like the month for you guys is going to start off a bit calm. Although, yes, I know there's a lot of emphasis on Mars. And Mars is an action planet and is one of your rulers. So it's not to say that you won't be dealing with a lot, but it's more like for the first portion of this month, things are going to be a bit calmer. And why I feel that this is going to be the case is because Mars is also in Aquarius. And when Mars is in Aquarius, there can be scattered energy, so it will be a little bit difficult for you to focus your energy and your thoughts on one particular thing. You might find yourself going from one realm of thought to the next. And Scorpios like to be quite deep in thought and like to express themselves well also with emotions, and you tend to sometimes combine emotion and thought, and it might not be very possible right now because you find yourself jumping from one idea to the next, and therefore it's not easy to justify having spent enough time on this one area of your life, let's say up in your heads at least. So it's a bit scattered, but a lot of socialization is coming up, and you guys are better at communicating, by the way. I feel like this first half of the month, I wouldn't be surprised if people come to you for some advice. And I really wouldn't be surprised if you find the right words and ways of communicating with these people in a way that they're going to appreciate very much so. So, Scorpio, we're getting there. Here, the flow of your cards is coming. I'm feeling, but just a few more rounds. Bear with me. For the record, I tried to record this video once before today, and I couldn't because I was all over the place. Like I just said, Mars is in Aquarius, Mars is in my sign, so I'm finding it hard to stay still. I'm finding it hard myself to focus on one thought at a time. So I stopped the video and I thought I'm just going to give it a shot some other time. So I'm back, here I am. And hopefully it will go smoothly this time. And we're getting a flow. So I'm going to split the deck into 3. And let's see. I'm going to show you the cards as much as I can. We've got one central issue, a challenge that crosses this issue, what's up crowning you in your head and your mental thoughts, a foundation card, and you know the circumstance that you come bringing into the reading, basically, even on a more unconscious level. This can be. We've got one card to represent the past, a future, more immediate future card here, what is to come. This is how you yourself come to the reading and the kind of attitude you bring to the foundation. Bring this down a little bit. This is in your environment, your hopes or your fears, and an outcome card. So in a way, we've got 2 outcome cards here. One that's an immediate future, one that's an overall outcome. This can be altered at any point in time. So can this. Depends on how you decide to deal with things naturally. Okay. Wow. Sorry, my phone's going a little bit, but I'm going to silence it. Sorry about that. So, as a central issue here, we have the 4 of Cups to start with. And the challenge that's crossing it is the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Taking a look at this, the first idea that comes to my mind is that there may be a couple of contracts you were contemplating. Could be contracts for new work that might be on the horizon. Like I said, I feel like we're coming into this month with a lot of options for new beginnings, and the new beginnings don't have to start immediately right now. They can be starting in 2017. And so a few of you may be contemplating certain contracts that have come your way, and the challenge here is to get to the fairest option for you. An option that will be a lot more formidable and a lot more profitable for you. You're basically studying the situation with the Three of Pentacles. You're studying the contracts that come in. Not everyone might be happy here. So one person might be convinced, another person might not be, and a third person is a mediator. And with the Four of Cups, it is basically being presented with multiple options and not being completely satisfied with the options that have come your way. It's not to suggest that what has arrived isn't all satisfying. It's more your attitude, and it's more how you are currently perceiving things or feeling about them, since we're talking about cups here. So that seems to be the central issue. Mentally is the Five of Wands here. And so this can be competition. Well, if you are interviewing for new jobs, or if you are evaluating different contracts, then there can be a little bit frustration behind that. And if it's not frustration over contracts, this is competition that you're facing between you and other people that might be gunning for the position that you've got in mind. It could be that you're a little bit worried that some people are maybe a bit more qualified than you are. Foundation cards and the situation that you come to in this reading for some of you is the fact that you've already begun to move away from a previous situation. And since I started the reading on a very with a very career-oriented theme, because of this Three of Pentacles here, this can be you you've already walked away from a work situation that you were quite uncomfortable in. And if it's not a work situation, it's a personal circumstance, personal situation that you've moved away from now, and you are wandering towards unknown territory when this card pops up here. And again, in past position, Ten of Swords, but it's in the past position. So I'm happy that this is energy that you are now leaving behind, I hope, Scorpio. That you are putting behind all the pain and despair and anything that wasn't serving you well. That's all in the past now. You're walking away from this, walking away from the Ten of Swords and this mental torture that you may have been going through for a very, very long time, because it takes a long time to get to this Ten of Swords state. This is the state that says enough is enough, and you finally said that with this card. Enough is enough. Hallelujah! I hope, at least, because I do see here, like frustration. Still, there is this feeling of being frustrated. There's a bit of conflict going on up in your mind and your thoughts being rather active. And as I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you're very scattered with your mental thoughts right now. If you get a card like this in the position of your mental thoughts, then it can suggest some unrest and strife. And as I said, also, if it's pertaining to a career situation, then competition as well. Immediate future, you've got the Ten of Wands here. So again, this is pushing forward towards the completion of a situation, and it's just, telling yourself that there's just a couple of more steps that you need to take before you get to this new beginning, before you are able to come to a resolution. This is like having a bit of a burden and a weight on your shoulders, because it is a 10. And you're coming towards the end. You know how the final steps are always the hardest, always. And for some reason now I've kind of inclined to talk about thesis. So if some of you are watching this and you're writing your thesis and you're trying to get it in before the holidays, and you're working on your discussion section or your results section, Those are usually the most tedious parts of a thesis. Yes, it can be quite frustrating. I don't blame you there. Yeah, you can definitely have competition. People who might be even writing their theses on similar topics. And if you're in a scientific field, then you know very well that if you get yours in on time first, then you're more likely to get that publication first as well. Don't know if this resonates with any of you guys, but it's like, you're almost there. Yeah, I know it's annoying because you just wanna have that break finally. You're getting the break. It's coming for you. No worries. No one can escape the holidays. Okay. This is how you bring yourself now into the reading. This is you, representing you. The Ace of Wands is a very energetic card. This is a card of really looking forward to this new start and a new beginning and it's a very action-oriented card because of Wands here. So you are looking forward to this new situation now that you've decided to walk away from the past and something that wasn't serving you. You are definitely putting in this extra bit of effort now. You know, you're going the extra mile. The Ace of Wands here can represent just coming with an attitude of just giving it your all and going that extra mile to achieve your goals. In your environment is the lovely Ten of Cups here. It's a family portrait card to me. This is a card of reaching a state of absolute contentment and like being extremely happy right now in your environment, or feeling like you can definitely get to this position with your family and even your friends if it's not a family, because not everyone's partnering up with people. But this is finally feeling like you can, in your environment, things are going relatively well. If there was some conflict in the past with family members, now it's looking good. And well, now anyway, you should be, I feel, a bit more diplomatic on the social front. You are communicating rather well with the people around you. You've calmed down a little bit. Like if you were really, really harsh in the past because of having some bad feelings here, like I said, you may have affected some people as well this way naturally. If you feel this way, others around you are also going to leech onto a bit of this pain, and that can cause some discomfort. But since you're walking away from this, Ten of Swords now, it's in the past position, and you're focusing more on this new beginning that's just around the corner, your environment is going to start to look a lot more like this if it hasn't already. Okay. Okay, let's see here. You have the Hermit in your position of hopes or fears. This is also the Virgo card. The Hermit is a card of attainment. It is not just a card of seeking enlightenment, which is what lots of readers like to say. Yes, you do you also do attain enlightenment with the Hermit, but it is not necessarily being isolated and going within and spending a lot of time on your own. No, because that's usually what is suggestive of this card. It is a card of attainment in the sense that you are gathering your own resources to come to your own truth of how you can achieve the most success. It is how, it is being able to confidently move on to the next stage of your life with your own truth. It's without having a lot of people around you telling you what it is that you need to do. When you have the Hermit card, you know that you can rely on yourself. you and you alone can find closure and move on from past hurt, can walk away from situations that are no longer serving you, and you alone can use your light to guide the way towards a more fruitful situation. And as an outcome here is your harvest. This is you looking at your harvest and you looking at all the hard work that you've done and appreciating this hard work. And this person is extremely humble. This is not a person who's smug at all. This is a person who's saying, I've earned what I've gotten right now. They're also taking a look at their heart in a way, but it's a Pentacles card, so this is actually more looking at your resources, looking at your money, looking at your career, and seeing how far you've come, and feeling a sense of accomplishment. As Seven of Pentacles is not necessarily, being all the way up there in terms of like reaching the highest position you can. No, but it's saying that I've worked super hard right now. I've spent so much time working hard, and I can take a bit of a break, even if I haven't gotten exactly where I want to get in my career. Now is the time, even if it's just briefly for this month of November, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take some time off, and I'm going to focus on myself with this Hermit card. Okay, I'm going to line these up a bit. And why I feel that even strongly is because you're probably going to come to a realization that this competition and unnecessary conflict that's going on in your heads, or if it is, you gunning for a position and other people trying to get to it first, is really unnecessary. With this Hermit card, you can also come to realize the fact that if it's meant to be, like if you're meant to move on to a new career or a new situation or a new home or a new relationship, if it's meant to be and if it's the right time for this to happen, then it will. Whether or not there are other people in your environment who are trying to prevent this, or getting in your way, or pissing you off a little bit. But I mean, both ways, you and you alone have the say of what you do with your resources and what you do with your money in the end, if some of you are deciding to take some time off from work. Let's try to clarify a few of these cards. And clarify the Five of Wands. Oh dear. This new beginning, it is coming for you. It just might not happen immediately. I feel the need to say this because we're still at the 10 stage of your reading here. You've got only one ace, but you've got two tens. Temperance. There we go. Patience, you guys. Patience. There's no need for this overactivity in your head, going from one idea to the next, not being able to settle down in your head. You should aim to be a bit calmer and aim to be a bit more patient, because you just, like I said, you just need to go that extra mile. Use this lovely Ace of Wands energy that you are actually capable of, because this is how you're presenting yourself in the reading. Use this Ace of Wands to just push a bit more to alleviate the burden. It's going to eventually come to an end, like all this work. It's just around the corner, and then this This new beginning will be waiting for you, but patience does it. And reflecting is also one. If you reflect on this a bit longer, you'll see that it is on its way. It is on its way. You've got 3 tens here. 3 tens. Oh, I love this. I love how the depiction of the cards is this 10 of Wands is walking straight to what's in your environment, which is this beautiful happy ending family portrait. Perfect contentment. Here there are absolutely no worries here, even if this is just for a while, but this is such a happy card of like everything is perfect right now with family and friends, or well, mostly family, because this is a family oriented card. Okay. Looking at the Hermit, trying to focus on the Hermit. Let's clarify the Hermit to see whether or not this is a hope or a fear. I feel for most of you it's just it's a hope. It's the hope of attaining the fruits of your labor and finally seeing that return on investment. All the hard work. Clarify the Hermit card. Is there anything that will clarify this Hermit card? For my lovely Scorpios, December 2016. Nothing wants to come out. Nothing wants to come out. I mean, usually with the cards of the Hermit, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. Oh, okay. Strength. If you don't feel so strong, you will. Okay, now I can't say this is definitely just a hope. There is no reason anyway for this to be a fear of like going into the Hermit. This is really just a card of knowing that you can rely on yourself. This is hoping to attain the truth on your own. And you will have the strength 100% to persevere and to move forward with any doubts that you may have been having. There's no need for those doubts, because with the Hermit card, if you spend enough time in this state, you will attain the truth. You will cut through anything that has been ambiguous. So if you've been presented with several contracts and now your challenge is to assess the fairness of these contracts, and you feel like you just need a bit more time, you need a bit more strength on your side, it's here for you. It's here for you to make up your mind over this 4 of Cups that seems to be the central issue. And like I said, I decided to focus a bit more on work here, because Pentacles usually is about work, although sometimes this can talk about marriage and coming into an alliance. But when I think of marriage, I do think more in terms of like having an arranged marriage, because there is one person who's happy and the other person who's really not, and is like listening to the terms and conditions. It is a very much a contractual card, this 3 of Pentacles here. And this 4 of Cups, this person can really be contemplating over anything. Again, it doesn't have to be career here, but I feel it is more oriented towards career, and simply just saying it's time for a change, and not being satisfied with what it is that you have anymore. If you were in a fulfilling career in the past and now it's just running dry and you really need to move on to something new, and you're not entirely sure how you have to do this, and all it is that at this point is that you've still got some more work to push forwards before you reach this happy state where you can just relax for a bit, and you will have strength to make up your mind and to come to a good decision. It will come for you. This is also taming the beast that is in your mind right now. All of this tension and competition and slight conflict and frustration. When strength comes along, it's there to tame the beast. It's there to say that you've really got no reason to worry if there are other people who are trying to compete against you. So just be patient. See what this Seven of Pentacles is here for. What is the Seven of Pentacles? Let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. So even though your ruling planet is in a completely different sign than yourselves, it's in the sign of Aquarius, and this is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini because it's a sword card. This can be you taking on this extremely airy element of basically someone who just wants to cut through to the truth and doesn't want to go through any more pain because they've already been through so much pain in the past here. So yes, this can be you, and if it's not you, this is someone doing this for you and basically telling you to cut it out. If you've been pitying yourself a little bit, or if you're so fed up of your situation right now, your work situation, and you simply can't take it, and you really just want to quit right now, even though you probably know deep down inside that you just have to persevere a bit. You need the strength to persevere, and you are getting the strength. And this person, if it's not you, and but I do feel that this can be you, is there to reinforce that idea of strength and to say, no, that's it. Like, you've already been through so much. Who's to say you can't put up with another couple of months or another month? You can do it. You can do it. Look at the Ace of Wands. See if the Ace of Wands has any additional information that can be tied to it. Could it be you thinking of a time that was happier once upon a time? It's like a happy memories card when you get the Six of Cups here. Being hopeful and faithful that you can revive this happy memories card and bring it more into your present and into your future. So, well, you could be a bit sentimental at the moment. You could be a bit sentimental. If you overwork yourself and you're stuck in a rut and you're just going around in circles the whole time, and you're probably thinking, how did I get to this point? And when is it going to end? And things used to be so great, and why can't we just get back to this state of greatness? That can also be this card, just you thinking back to the past and trying to bring back some of that happy and trying to make it a reality with this Wands energy here, because this is a card, it's a very action-oriented card. This is not mental. This is you actually trying to manifest it now. As is with this Ten of Wands, this is not you thinking of all the hard work you have to do. This is you actually doing it. in the immediate future. This is you just finishing it off. It's you like going into it, excuse my French, but with absolutely no fucks. Like, no more fucks to give. Just got to get this work out of the way. I'm almost there. I'm almost done. I'm going to keep going. I've had my dignity this entire time. I'm not going to lose it. Oh, look at that. At the bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. I love this card because this is rejuvenating and restocking on faith and hope and so much love, and it's an abundance of love that is coming into your life, and that you can also use this energy to give to others around you, all the love. I mean, of course, you have a part to play in this Ten of Cups that's in your environment here. All that's left to give, after all the work and the exertion, is this Ace of Cups. Your cup will be filled again. Let's look at it that way, because if you've been drained of your resources, and there is a need for this Hermit and the strength to come back in, to rejuvenate and restock on your resources and attain what it is that you need to attain, and that is a sense of harmony and a sense of faith and hope in the future. After all these tens, and even this 10, although this is a beautiful 10, you start a fresh cycle with this Ace of Cups. But as I said, again, this is not happening overnight. This is not happening overnight at all. You've still got a way to go. So you've got to temper yourself and be a bit more patient, my lovely Scorpios. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for you. I think that the reading's pretty much clear. I mean, it is for me, so I hope it was for you. Please let me know if you enjoyed the Celtic cross. I will go back to doing like a free flow general spread the way I did it in November. I'll do it at some point, of course. Maybe we can alternate between Celtic cross and general spread. So let me know what you guys prefer, or what you like, if you liked this or not. Yeah, happy, Merry Christmas to you and your family and your friends, and have a wonderful, happy New Year's. I might see you mid-December for a quick checkup, though I'm not very sure about that. I'm still contemplating it. But if not, then I will see you in the new year, 2017. And I can't wait to hear about all your stories and all your successes. So I wish you the best, Scorpio. Bye.